stream. Cool.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Pazlar.
Yo. How are you doing?
All good. I'm just reading where you tagged me.
Yeah, Federico really helped me with the suggestion. I really could use some of those comments. Really helpful. Thank you, Chris.
Sure.
No, I should have done that earlier, but I thought maybe Adam wouldn't be into it. But I talked to him, and then it was really great. Yeah, I should always do that.
Yeah, definitely. Don't hesitate. Yeah, and for the comp points, I'll dish them because yeah, I'll dish them when some other people have contributed as well. They have a specific value, so that's the only reason I actually prefer dishing them myself. Otherwise, the system, yeah, I cannot know how much value to attribute to them. So that's why.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly how many points I should dish, so I just left it to you.
Yeah, but the bot doesn't understand as many as possible comp points, unfortunately.
Of course it doesn't. Sure, yeah, that's what I was doing there.
Yeah. So no, I'll check back after some other people checked, and then you can integrate whatever is helpful to you. Okay, well, I think we can start. The live stream works in the meantime, and Lorelai is there as well. Yay. Okay, so let's do a quick check-in. And Kai is there. Hey. So we always start with a quick intention and distraction of the meeting for the meeting. So my intention is actually indeed this time, as Kai suggested last time, to go through some more issues to see if we can close some. I closed some before the meeting as well, and updated some. And just to have an efficient meeting, I'm looking forward to an update on at Denver and also Odyssey specifically, and distractions none whatsoever. And I give it to Roland. Or yeah, he's there, but maybe not hearing it. Otherwise, I give it to Josh.
Telegram. Bowen, you there?
Otherwise, I give it to Josh for now.
Okay, cool. So my intent, I guess, is to have a good meeting, say hello to old faces and new faces, and integrate them both, and explain about the Odyssey stuff happening in other channels and all over the shop. That is my intent, and I will pass it down to sure, let's say hello to Roberto and get him to introduce himself.
Thank you, Josh, and thank you for inviting me here. So I'm here to say hello and meet you digitally. And I'm going to work with Josh for the Odyssey hackathon, and we're working on very related things that are actually touching multiple of the tracks. So my intention today is meeting you and then take it from there.
And then you pick someone else.
I'll pass it to Lorelai.
Hi, Roberto. Nice to meet you. I don't think I ever have before. Yeah, good morning, guys. I am intending to just hang out with y'all, see what's happening in this galaxy here, see if I'm implicated in any of these issues that we could be closing, and yeah, just remind people about the roles process. That it's time for that, and who knows, maybe we'll have a chance after comms to work together on that. And yeah, I'm a little distracted by eating breakfast and waking up. But that's all. I'm here with you guys. And Bowen, are you ready to check in?
I think must be like a router or something in between, like my side of the universe and you guys. But hey, got back from Denver, which was amazing. More later, and I intend to catch up and get caught up with what's going on. And I will pass it to who hasn't gone? Like, did Michael go?
No, I haven't gone. Yeah, so my intentions are just to catch up with everybody, more specifically on the Odyssey hackathon. Quite interested just to get some clarity around that. And I'm not really distracted by anything at the moment. And I'll pass it to, gosh, I wasn't following. Did Roberto, did you go?
He has.
Yes, but we still have Puzzlar, I think.
Okay.
And there's Will, there's Philo, Jetster, and Kai, I think, is still to go as well.
Yeah, indeed.
So Puzzler?
So, yeah. My intention is just to like hang out and then enjoy positive vibes from you guys as always. And I want to just be there and then catch up with you guys. And it's always positive for me to be here and then listen to you and learn. So it is, and my direction always is just the economy that is collapsing right here when I'm based in, and I'm always trying to learn. Yeah. I'll pass it to Kai, the airplane or the submarine. I don't know. But please
hey guys,
go forward.
I'm distracted by making pizza again, and will actually eat that pizza later. So I might be off for the second half, or checking after the live stream what happened. My intention is to just get updates, and especially at Denver, it seemed like a crazy week for comms. So would like to hear some details. And I'm a bit jealous of Puzzlar because it seems like he's been driven everywhere. And I give it to, there is someone left, Will, I think it was.
Yeah.
Hi guys, so yeah, I'm kind of new here. I'm gonna be in the Odyssey hack, so just saying hello, keen to meet you. Looking forward to the hack again.
Great.
Welcome.
Welcome to both of you. Yeah, so what we do, if you don't know, and also if anyone will watch this, you never know that someone watches our stream, you can find like the notes of the things we are talking about on github.com/giveup/communication. And so if you're like lost and like, hey, what are you guys talking about? Just ask. Normally, so it's all on a board. So if you search for the specific issue that we are talking about, you can see the comments. So I tried to update it, but all of you are extremely welcome to update them as well. So as always, what we do is just like pick one of the issues. I mostly do to kick it off and to just start talking about one of the topics, and then we just like serendipitously, or however you pronounce it, jump from one on the other. So the thing that is high on my mind is indeed for at Denver. So I wanted to know if there is still some things we can communicate about this. My feedback is, first of all, and I already told Michael, is like if you guys have things that are happening and that we can tweet about, please just ping me, let me know, so that I can do it. Otherwise, no communication goes out. And we had, so I understand, I think that we were in the top 5 of the hackathon and that we won something, but I'm not sure. So if that is something that we can still like tweet about with a nice picture of the winners, that would be cool. But, and the other thing is, the other question I have is the burner wallet from Austin Griffith that we used together with the people from UNICEF. Well, some of what was like won with it or funded through it went to UNICEF, and a part of it went to Give It, if I understood correctly. So for those two issues, or those 2 points, Michael, I'm listening to you. Michael or Lorelei, because you were there as well, like, so that I know what I can like tweet about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Josh, not Fairhead, what's the other guy? Josh Duchesne was taking lots of like pictures and video of the team at the hackathon. So for any posts, I'm sure he has tons of great material there. I would reach out to him if I were you. And yeah, as far as the prize, all I know is that they won. I think they won the best of the impact track, but I don't know how much the prize was. Maybe
yeah. So yeah, I think this is interesting because in a way, I think we had a communication breakdown here. There was the Telegram channel, Chris. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure if you were in that channel or not, but there was a very active channel where the sort of dialogue was happening around the hackathon. And so, yeah, Josh has shared a number of photos in that Telegram channel, you know, of the team that we put together. And so all the photo and stuff is there. But I think, you know, to me, the issue is how we improve, like making sure that you're getting the information you need to make a Twitter post. I think there was maybe assumptions made because for me, at least, I saw so much information being posted in the Telegram channel. I sort of assumed that there was enough information there for you either to ask questions or else to be able to make a post. And I think there was a number of Twitter posts. So somehow we need to improve that. And maybe that just means for those of us who are there to be more proactive with you in terms of just, hey, Chris, just to be aware that, you know, we won the social impact side of the hackathon. Do you have what you need in order to make a post? I think we could improve on our side in terms of being more proactive with you. And maybe vice versa. If you see something happening in that Telegram channel and you're not sure, I guess also to ask questions in that channel too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing I could say.
I didn't have like the best week, and also I'm in like so many channels, so I'm not. That is one that if I'm not tagged, I'm not like reading all the messages of we're going to that restaurant or doing this or that. So I actually caught up today on the messages, and I see there were pictures of Abby on stage. But as Josh is saying, indeed, Abby is writing a post, so I guess that post is probably gonna give a good summary of what actually happened. One that I could write, that I can use, I guess. Like there are Twitter posts, but I think what's missing is it's just not coming from our official channel. Yeah, I saw that there was one tweet from like the Pactful team, but I don't know if that is us or like how it's related. I don't. Also in the Telegram group, I don't have any context. Hey, there is Chris. But let's make sure. I don't think it's too late to send out a post or two on Twitter, and let's make sure that we can take it offline from here. But let's make sure that you have everything, every detail you need, from the photograph to description and so forth.
And I'm pretty sure I periscoped the whole thing too. So it's like
the video is there, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of mixed quality, unfortunately. There was a live stream, but I think that live stream will be digested by ETH Denver subsequently. It was just available live for the moment.
So yeah, I think for this one I'll just wait for like Abby's post, and she'll probably like put some of the pictures in there that she has from the group. But yeah, don't hesitate to tag me, because I saw your post, like Griff, of like the Pactful team is killing it, but I was like I don't know what the Pactful team is. So, and that's maybe also me that I don't want to ask questions all the time. but I don't know what the link is. If Pactful is the name of something you created over there, or like if I'm not there, it's really difficult to follow. But
would
yeah.
it make sense then for like a designated tweet loader to be in with the, like to, because if we set up like say TweetDeck, right, for somebody that's on the ground to write the tweets, and then by the end of the day you can cancel then the ones that are silly and irrelevant and stuff like that, because we have a timer on it kind of thing. Would that work as maybe a solution for the next time?
That could work. If someone is up to that is willing to do that, that's perfect. Or just like if indeed, I think a designated person to just like, if I'm not there, to keep me in the loop and just like say, hey, Chris, I'll send you some information on what's happening that you can tweet. That's fine too. It's just I wanna support, but if I'm not there, it's just difficult to know what's happening. That's all. But cool. Just like for the next one, like let's see what like so the next one I guess is Paris. If there's stuff to tweet, I know if Griff tags Giveth, I always retweet because then I know it's legit. But like for the one the one with like UNICEF, I thought it was legit, but I was still like, to be honest, I was thinking like, is this a Grace initiative because it's UNICEF, or is this Griff looking over their shoulder? And it was Griff looking over their shoulder, but I wasn't sure. Cool. But yeah, so I'll just for this one I'll wait for Abby's post and then we can tweet that and then to announce whatever we want. I guess the details will be in that one. Anything else about Denver? Actually, is it possible for someone like, so we won the social impact track? That's the thing that happened?
Yeah. So I mean, Pactful won it. And Pactful was Abby, Corey, Seth, and who's the other one?
Saga.
But Bowen was working on it. Josh was working on it. I was working on it. It's like we were, but we can't say that, right? They were building on top of Giveth. So like they used Giveth to win the hackathon is what I would say. However, the whole thing is like the Commons initiative that we're pushing.
Okay,
the other,
got it.
So like the Pactful team was inspired by Giveth's mission to do this and built on top of it.
Yeah, and I mean Abby is working with us pretty closely anyway, so with Onward Labs. So but the other thing is that I did a Griff riff. I don't know if that made it to the list.
Yeah, it made it to the list. I answered you with just a question, like if you can like write like a blurb or something, like what is the topic that I can say, like, hey, Griff Riff came together and they were talking about specific topics.
I put it in the description of the video.
Ah, perfect. Okay, then it's easy. Then I'll do that. I'll tweet it out. For the maker Griff, for the make the thing that MakerDAO tweeted, well, that Rich tweeted with the burner wallet. Like, is this something that can we still tweet maybe something about it, like saying, hey, in the end, through this initiative, that much went to UNICEF and this much went to Giveth, and we're very thankful for this or something?
Yeah, it's actually going to GraceAid.
Ah, okay. And
Andreas doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know yet.
Drop it on him with a tweet.
So, yeah, how do we follow up on that one?
I guess I need to send Rich a message. I don't know.
But Chris is probably asking comms-wise how to follow up on that. Like, did you even retweet it yet?
No, I liked it because it was like there was not a lot of context, and it was like when I got the answer.
I was waiting that whole time to like message you back about that. I thought he did, but anyways, I think it's totally cool to retweet it. I would maybe like add like you know, somehow without like correcting his error, just add like, oh, you know, the funds were directed to this awesome project that exists on the Giveth staff, GraceAid. just to like specify, you know, without like correcting him really, but because I don't think the funds were going to Giveth, right?
Nope.
They were like directly sent to the campaign, or like the address for, well, to the campaign of Grace Aid. And do you have any idea? Is there any way to see how much? Is it already in the DAP?
I mean, I don't have the number. It's definitely not in the DAP yet. They're gonna give half of what they raised to. I think that what we'll do on this is we'll coordinate on Telegram. In that Die on Giveth chat, I just found it and I'm gonna tag Rich in it and see.
So is it too soon to retweet?
No, I think you can retweet.
So I'll retweet.
Definitely say the money's going, half the money is going to UNICEF, half the money is actually going to Grace Aid.
To Grace Aid.
But it will be about, I know they raised more than $700.
I think I saw a tweet that they hit 11.
I want to say thank you at this point for putting Grace Aid into a forward like this. Awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, yeah. So I'll tweet that one and put it in a comment. For Paxful, I'm waiting for Abby's post. So that's at Denver. Anything else on that one? Okay. If not, let's maybe move
Rich
to the next.
He's finishing a blog post right now.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Make sure.
Yeah, if he just that it's clear in the blog post that it's going to Grace Aid, and maybe he can maybe link to the blog post that we just wrote about Grace Aid if they want to know more.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send it to him.
Yeah, and Griff, by the way, because I know you have a gazillion things, if you're like looking for links and stuff, like add me to whatever group you're in and just tag me and like, hey Chris, could you send the link over or something? Then like if it's quicker, do it. I want to help out, but then when I'm not traveling with you, it's sometimes difficult to like know where you need help.
No kidding. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
No, I just think you have like a lot right now of initiatives going at the same time. Okay, so next thing then is the Odyssey Hackathon. So Josh just let us know that the first team got accepted. Yay, if I understood it correctly.
Yep, team one's down. Will, you signed up. Roberto,
Cool.
I think you're getting signed up fairly soon. But yeah, that's the score. Team one has been accepted by them earlier today.
Okay, that's fantastic. So and did you get a message back on like the question if we can tweet about it or if they want to like?
Yeah. Go ahead, tweet.
Cool. So that's the second tweet that will still go out today, or the first. Let's see. This is, and so for the.
Actually, on that, if you're sending out a tweet, could you encourage people to come play with us at the same time? Anyone that might be in there, if you're like hashtagging them, tell them to come talk to us at least, you know, in some way, shape or form so that we can integrate with others, but encourage the game outside of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, is there, what is a question, is maybe to like drive them to a specific room is social coding not a good channel to like just collect people and ask questions?
Do that.
Yeah.
Tell them to come in, tell them they want to play with us in the hackathon and to do it in social coding. That's a good idea.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I think honestly that like if there's talk, there will be the core groups probably, but like if other people like are interested in joining, it's a good way to like just like keep like conversations happening in the existing channels. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll do that.
One thing that reminded me of is we need more retweets. So like, if anyone is seeing Giveth tweets, just retweet blindly, dear God. And that might even need to be like a mission. Bowen's been doing it lately, which is great. But most of the time, it's just me and Bowen and Chris retweeting Giveth posts. And it helps our stats a lot. Even if you don't have many followers or anything, it doesn't matter. Like just that extra retweet and like helps us so much.
Definitely.
I'll start doing that from now on, always, for sure.
You don't always have to, but I would say like it's always a thing with Twitter, like do the things that you believe in, and the extra thing that really helps is, for example, because Danny has been actually tweeting or retweeting quite a bit also as well. It's like what's always good is like put your personal message or your personal thought with it, which makes it even more valuable. So like if you've read it and you're like supportive of it, like add something when you retweet, and then that has added value. So don't hesitate.
Yeah, I thought maybe because I don't have so many followers, or my followers are the same as like Givus or you or others. It's not like it doesn't have value, but from now on, I'll consider it always.
And that's also how you get. Yeah, that's how you get followers. If you like give your opinion and your thoughts, and you create your own online branding, then you'll get followers, Puzzlar. So definitely do so.
Also, it does add value, because if you see a post has 2 retweets and you see a post has 3 retweets, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It still changes it still looks way better, you know.
Yeah, and it's
numbers.
In the community, it just goes up, and in the Twitter algorithm as well. So it's like when I open Twitter right now, what do I see most? It's the fact that Afri has like left Ethereum and so on, because that's been the discussion the last few days. So that's because that's like the people I follow, that message pops up. So just like retweet, comment, all those things help.
I understand, sure.
Okay, then so for the Odyssey hackathon, the next thing is so we have team 1 is submitted. Team 2 is still being defined, and team 3 as well, right? Do we? What else?
Team 3 is a larger discussion to be had. Me and Michael just started discussing that today, but otherwise, team 2 still in formation. Team 3 is like once we fill up team 2 and register that, then we'll continue on with the team 3 thoughts, etc. But it looks like team 2 is now nearly complete. You know. We've got fairly well-balanced team. I think Griff will probably be able to speak to that more. But team 1 is Abby, Seth, Corey, Billy, and Will. And that's an absolute killer team on the bonding curves. And now we're doing the curation registry team, which is going to probably be Kai, Emily, Chris, Mike, and Roberto, I think. But again, Griff would probably be the one to kind of know who those people are, apart from Roberto, who's up above.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Spanette, actually.
Cool.
He's down. He's in. That's why I was late to this meeting. I'm really sorry about that. And then I'm talking to Dean as well. Dean, sorry. And I think he sounds pretty interested, and he works with Pando. And obviously has worked with us before, so I think he's another one that I want to add. But the thing is, we need to just submit the teams, and then submit somebody, and then shuffle the people as we need. So I think that like when we're talking about comms, we don't need to be mentioning all the people, you know, like
not the names. Yeah.
Team 2 is this, team 3 is this. Because, I mean, we can, but it's going to change. So, like, if you mention it, just know, oh, it's probably going to change. So.
Sure. No, then I'll just, Josh put it in the GitHub issue as well, like a proposal for a nice tweet, and we just say team 1 for now. So we don't say the names. We can still do this later when it's all, like, stabilized. Then
I'll just add to that for the lads as well, that like you're in the Telegram groups. I've bunged you in there just to be aware that like the people around generally your crews can kind of be found there, and there's a larger one then that you can interact with everyone in. So just be aware of those Telegram groups because it's useful for coordinating amongst yourselves.
Cool. Griff, when you say Deem, is it our Deem? No, it's because it's it is. Okay. He's working with Pando. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then So team 3, like Josh, did you and Michael want to like say something about that idea that we talked about last time?
Okay, so well, we were talking about an integration team. So if we've got token bonding team and we've got token curation team, it would be good to have team that's integrating anything that's available to us, essentially, amongst the teams present and participating in the hackathon. So that's a really cool team to have, with the aim of getting the bonding curve and the registry into the Giveth DApp. That'd be nice.
Yeah, so the way I'm imagining this today, which who knows what it will be tomorrow, I'm so sorry. It's still really raw. But basically all 3 teams are working on different parts of the same project. So when they put out a project, it's going to be on one thing or another, right? We'll actually have a token bonding curve feeding into a TCR on top of the Giveth DApp that ends up being for a specific cause. And so we still haven't picked the 3rd track, but I kind of want the 3rd track to be something around a specific cause, right? So like the fossil fuel, like reducing our reliance on fossil fuel. There was like food harvesting. There was these other specific cause ones. I haven't had a chance to go through all of them. I know that the fossil fuel one didn't really fit, but we basically just need a general one that's on a specific cause. And then I feel like those could be our 3 tracks. And like you said, there's the TCR group, team 2, there's the token bonding group, team 1, and then there's everything else group, right? Which would be working on making sure the Giveth DApp works, making sure that whichever team needs more help on one thing or the other, and like just like integrating everything together.
Okay, so I wrote down it's a sort of integration team, focus on a specific cause, bring it all together, and it's like what the other 2 are not doing, something like that, and the rest is still raw. What I could possibly do is like when I saw Jan Peter on Monday, so he's a huge fan of everything that we do, and he really would like us to do that, indeed focus on a specific cause. He was talking specifically about an initiative in I don't know how you pronounce in English, Chad, and that they have like close connections with, and around which they have already been doing a lot. And so he's in close contact with them, and so maybe that could be a possible thing to like link to, because he said like that he can, when we like start writing about it and creating stuff in preparation, he has his video storytelling teams and all these things that he wants to like focus his entire machinery on helping us brand it and get the message out. So if we do something in collaboration with him, we'll get like his full support in actually talking about it and bringing some awareness to that. I think that would be cool.
Fantastic. His team is team 2 because that's on curation registries, just to think. So that would be tying that story together.
What do you mean with his team?
Well, it seems like Nature 2.0 is going to be the token curated registries team. So like tokenizing Odyssey's ecosystem is team 1 with the bonding curves, which is the input and the funding mechanism. And then for the token curated registry, we're looking at that being team 2. And we're looking where to fit that. And it seemed our best odds were Nature 2.0 track.
Okay, I got it. And
so team 3 still to emerge. It looks like, yeah.
So there is one track that is very interesting. Tokenizing the system is really matching with the asset exchange. What's the name of the track, Josh, again?
Sorry, I can barely hear you, Roberto.
Oh, the asset exchange, when you actually...
Oh, the debt exchange.
Oh, yeah, inclusive banking. That's why I didn't remember, because it's a strange name for that. But there is about defining basically how one, say, project working on a specific topic will actually exchange assets and value with a project using another on another topic. So basically, across the tracks, how would you work and exchange value? So it's really the creation of this new economic system. It doesn't have to pass necessarily through a monetary system, but simply switch between assets.
Yeah.
So, that could be a possibility for Team 3.
When I was looking at that track, it sounded like they wanted a mobile app that you could do asset management with.
Nah, they might have phrased it that way on like the site, but that's not really what it came across when he was presenting it. Yeah, they're looking to trade tokens essentially. So that's like a wallet is essentially their thing. A wallet with an exchange functionality is essentially the solution to their answer. Those tokens just have to represent something of value, and that can be anything such as a portion of an entire business model, like most tokens. They don't get the crypto world is why they phrased it their ways. But if we just integrate everything, then we can do that track.
Okay. I mean, I'm still a little skeptical of that, but I haven't seen the presentation. And if both of you guys feel that it's a better option than like sustainable food or these other things,
well, either Nature 2 or inclusive banking works for the curation registry. So, and it also works for integration because they're both essentially looking for the total integration of everything anyway. So they're both looking for that, you know?
Yeah.
So we can tie them together, no worries either direction. So it's whatever we want to focus on and then spin a story about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this becomes a larger discussion, especially for Team 3, which, you know, the people who are in it, like, what track do they want, right? You know, because, I mean, we can only suggest. I'm still skeptical, but I haven't seen the video, so I'll have to watch the video.
And the video's on their site?
There is a video, yeah. Like my perspective is that as long as we get like building or we build software out of this, it doesn't really matter if we win anything. So I'm quite happy to enter into tracks that we won't win so long as we get things built in line towards them. You know what I mean?
And do we have to, with the third team, do we need to pick another track, or can we possibly be in the same track with a second team?
No, we shouldn't be in the same. I don't think we should be in the same track because they're going to be working. All three projects will be working on the same thing. So having two teams in one track doesn't.
Agree.
Okay. Okay. So it's under discussion. Yeah. Shouldn't Jeff be in one of the teams?
Jeff and I are going to be Jedis. I'm not sure if Josh is as well. I think
I probably will be. Yeah, if we can fill up Team 3 with all devs, that'd be amazing.
So,
okay.
So effectively, we'll be walking around and helping all the teams.
Okay, cool. And well, yeah, I would love to be involved as well in the sense that I wanna help out, and it's a way for me to actually finally get this better and learn. So Jeff actually spontaneously also proposed, like, hey, maybe you can also be a Jedi, and he was gonna like send it to Jan Peter. So yeah, I can help with anything that comes if I can support a team. So I'd love to support.
Your company in Amsterdam?
Yeah, it's like around the corner. Yeah, I'd love to.
So then we could also just put your name as a hacker as well.
Sure. It's like
temporarily swapped out for Jedis.
Yeah, you can put me in temporarily for sure. It's just like I didn't want to like I'm not a developer, so I wouldn't like propose myself to be on a team spontaneously. But like if it helps to like fill something up for now, sure, go ahead. But I definitely want to be there because I think it's a good learning opportunity, and I'm catching up on everything that's token bonding curves, and I think Odyssey will help. Plus also like writing about it, which is my ambition to do this month. Okay, so what's the next step for Odyssey? So Josh, you're kind of like leading this, then, like that we actually get registered in time, if I get it correctly.
I'm playing team secretary. Yeah, I'm diving in and out of Telegram and seeing what's forming. Kai has shared this beautiful list that I am going to share with you all now. It will be lost as soon as you exit this call, so maybe keep it as a tab, everyone.
I'll put it in the GitHub.
Yeah, that's the kind of like working list that's moving names and things. If we can use that as a canonical source, it'd be amazing, because then we're all kind of on the same page. But yeah, I'm Dog's Body Roundup person.
Cool. Okay, so that's ongoing, fantastic, and yeah. So personally, I'm really happy that we're doing this, because it's something to rally for and to like all join forces together. And I don't understand anything about it just yet, but that's perfect. That's a way to learn.
Maybe it'd be good for the lads to have some clarifying questions, just in case. Do you guys, anyone want to ask questions about what's going on before we kind of move on? I think
I have a very specific one, and I'm gonna ask it anyways. It's like, if you say we have the token bonding curves and the registry TCRs, like this is gonna be, like the third track is to like build on top of the DApp. What does that mean? And in what way is it going to be built on the DApp? I don't get that just yet.
So the TCR is a governance system where you have a list of things that you can vote on, right? And you order to this list. In our specific TCR, it's like a dot poll. So people who have tokens will get to assign those tokens to different items, and then those things will auto-order based off of how much token weight is behind those items. And then those items will actually get, the top ones, there'll be some kind of rule set that says, oh, congratulations, you have enough weight to be funded, right? Well, those items that we're ordering are going to be milestones and campaigns and donations on top of the Give It DApp. So basically, this TCR will be pulling, people will be able to submit the milestone from Giveth to the TCR, and then they will end up, that milestone will get funded if it reaches a certain threshold.
Okay, got it. So it's a way to like make a selection and filter, like vote on. It's a voting way that you will integrate in the DApp, a governance element you integrate.
It's just like what we do for the DApp issues prioritization. In fact, that's why Michael made it the way it is, because it's like this continuous conviction voting TCR, right? And so, and what's really nice about this is that it allows for the governance system to be one actor in an ecosystem, in an open system, so that like if that actor fails, like if the governance system doesn't work, that's okay. The people, if the Commons is trying to help homeless people in Belgium, you know, then the people who submit their proposals on Giveth, if they don't get funded, then, or like, let's say that I want to join this Commons, I buy into the token bonding curve, and I'm really excited about funding the person who's giving blankets to people in Belgium, put all my voting weight behind that person, and it just never goes through, I can just donate directly. I can cash out my token. This whole governance experiment broke. This Commons thing, stupid, didn't work. I'm going to throw it away, and I'm going to sell, and I'm just going to actually fund the project that I wanted to fund. And or if there's a big hack and all the money gets stolen or whatever, all those projects can still receive funding in the open system. So that's the real value add that Giveth can bring.
Okay, cool. And so it's going to be the thing when you say, like, for example, then in Team 3 is like integrating. It means that you're going to like build it in the user interface to like actually visualize the things that you're doing in the other tracks.
Ideally, we haven't got Team 3 discussions rolling properly yet, and it'd be great to start doing them soon. Hopefully, we'll get Team 2 registered very soon. Roberto, I've been meaning to ask you, mate, are you happy to be on Team 2 doing the token bonding, the registry side of things?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit across all the all these tracks. So I think I could definitely be useful there. But as I said, maybe I could also even slip to team number 3 in case that we were working on this tokenized asset exchange, because yeah, we've been focusing on basically new rules for economic exchange that basically respect planetary boundaries. So I think that that's pretty relevant to actually to bring as a ideology to the track. So we will decide basically as we're forming team number 2.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have one clarifying question too on the token bonding curves. Is the plan to integrate then the sort of the mathematics behind the token bonding curve this time around? So Zargams has, you know, fairly complex mathematical modeling around the token bonding curve architecture. How much of that, Griff, do you think would be integrated into the model that is designed at the hackathon?
Well, I'm working with Zargam. He's right here, actually.
Oh,
yeah, okay. Speak of the devil, you just summoned him.
He summoned me, but I thought I was lost. I heard the question. It sounded like it might have been a question that I should answer. I only heard the tail end of it. So.
Well, no. I mean, basically, we'll integrate as much of the math that we can, and we'll try to get some of these simulations that we can use to back up our design with whatever we have done at the time. It's 2 months away, so it really depends on a lot of other factors, like did we actually raise funds so that we can pay Zargam to actually do these simulations?
To be fair, I have a team of engineers that I've been training for 1.5 years, so actually part of the reason why we've been talking about this is that it's a very common work to do research and to build tools to do research, and we're getting to the point where we're struggling to figure out when we can do it and if it makes sense, because it's not a business unless there's money to pay the staff that does the research. So we're really enthusiastic, but at the same time, part of the planning is like, how do we make doing robust engineering research for these systems a thing that one can do at all?
Yeah. So
right.
In short, we will integrate as much as we can of what we have to the system, but since it's 2 months away, it's hard to know.
Okay. So, because we've been talking a bit long, my mistake, but I had a lot of questions, and I think, yeah, it's high on many people's mind right now, Odyssey. But what other topic is top of mind right now that we need to talk about in the time we have left?
Yeah, I can.
I'm going through the list myself right now and seeing
Riff, and then there was another video as well that we just did. What was it? Video. Oh, the Mozilla thing.
Sorry?
Yeah, the Mozilla thing.
Yeah. So the Mozilla one was tweeted and tweet stormed and so on. So that one should be covered. And for that one, we have a next one. Well, possibly with JP. That was what we said at the end, and Michael was going to connect through Josh for a second Giveth talk.
Yeah, and the other thing too is talking to the other Josh about the podcast. So we just have to. Unfortunately, we don't have Mark didn't create a local feed of his audio, so we'll have to do the best we can. But we'll send Josh that link, and they can slice it and dice it as they see fit.
I can send the local recording I have, so that should be. It's probably because the quality is important to them, so I can send the OBS recording, which is probably higher quality than the YouTube recording.
Great, yeah. I recorded mine locally too, but it's just my local voice only.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope they will not like separate. Take out your local voice, and then the other, it's going to be like 10 hours or 20 hours of work. I hope they will just take one recording, whichever one it is. But I'll share it with you, and then you can follow up.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the second Give It talk, you will check with our Josh who's here, Michael? Or how
Yeah,
do
we
continue?
already talked about it this morning a little bit, but yeah, we'll put that together. And actually, Josh had some ideas around that too about, you know, maybe this could be a little bit bigger than what it is now if we have some prominent people, that it sort of becomes like an educational series or something. But I don't know, Josh, if you want to just say what you mentioned this morning.
Yeah, well, Michael was asking about David from Pillar, so I was suggesting that we spin up as many kind of talks possible first in that regard, rather than go for number 2 kind of thing, because they're also trying to spin up an educational initiative. And by actually having a snowball effect that's enough gravitational pull towards us, then we can all join forces and kind of educate, hopefully. But yeah, so my thoughts were just like, if you got one, cascade it into the other, cascade it into the other, cascade it into the other. So take this Mozilla CEO kind of credibility and use that to gather other credible open source experts, I guess, to come and talk to us, and then scale up the viewing from there.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice one to continue. And when we're like preparing the number 2, we should have already like listed who will be number 3 and so forth, that we like have, that it doesn't die. And that's the only thing I would love to have. And I really like the way that we did it, like that we do have prepared questions, so that we always, but that we do have a spontaneous conversation. I think it was the best of the both that we have right now, because the prepared conversation, the prepared questions also help to also keep track of the fact that we want to keep some sort of link with what Giveth is doing, and otherwise it's just like it becomes too broad. And I did like that in the beginning we were talking about like the browser wars and so on. It's always cool, but that was actually a bit off topic, both for him as for us, in the sense that he's the Mozilla Foundation and they're doing a lot of philanthropic work, and so are we. So like, but then Michael brought it back to that, and it was good to have like those two in there. And if we look for always for speakers who can bring that in, I think that would be cool. And yeah, Jan Peter is definitely one of those people. And I think for that JP one, it's a good one because it can be part of our promotional track for the Odyssey Hackathon.
I think Kai wanted to speak, just to let you know.
Oh shit, my mic is on. I'm so sorry, because I have a lot of background noise. I usually turn it off. I did not want to speak. I misclicked for the chat. I wrote in the chat that I would like to see Bram Cohen there, who did BitTorrent back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So just to get this discussion, like I really love to have Mozilla as a voice for like building the internet kind of thing. And there was actually also a big call out at DEF CON 4 that it was so nice to have some people like the guy from archive.org there who connect with the modern blockchain space that we are in to older, let's say, initiatives that come off the free internet movement or similar movements. I think there was a name list though from Michael in Illumio.
Yeah, I have a spreadsheet, so I'll share it in the chat again if people have other names to add.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Other topics? I had some others, but I have to look in the list again. Yeah. So I have had yeah, let's say 2 weeks that weren't great, and I have worked on half speed at least, I would say. So I'm trying to catch up again, just so you know, if people noticed it. I definitely noticed it personally. And one of the things is like that I announced last week that I was going to do was the talk series with Jeff, but then Jeff said that he was delayed on other things, so that it wasn't urgently either. So I haven't started on that yet. So creating some own public shaming for myself, so to get that running. But so Jeff will be traveling back to Canada now. So I hope we can then kick that off once he's back on his feet. Because I really would like that, and I hope that we can also then I would really love to dive into everything that is just all that topic and preparation for the Odyssey hack and the other things as well, so that we can start writing a little bit about this and at the same time continue like documenting the depth. There's a lot of things that we can communicate on that I would love to help people on. I put quite some extensive feedback for people in my roles evaluation of people, so don't take it the wrong way. If you don't see a 5 on some things, it's more like an invitation. Like, there's a lot of things in everyone's role that we can do communication about, and I just wanted to say hey, if I don't reach out to you, please reach out to me if there's something that you feel like, hey, we really need to write about this. Okay. Other things? No? Okay, well, I think in any case, this was, we again didn't really go through all the issues, but I'm really fine with that. I like it in this way, that we just talk on some top of mind topics, and this time for sure it was the Odyssey Hackathon and block science collaboration. So, yeah, Lorelei?
Are you guys gonna do your reward DAO meeting or no?
Yeah, I don't know, Griff, because you said yes to that, and now you're saying no.
It wasn't on the calendar, and I double booked.
So what do we do? Do we when do you have time in the coming days?
Yeah, of course. Once I leave here, I have a lot more time. But today, I'm done. I have literally 6 hours of calls. Like, I have to leave right now to plan the call.
Okay, Danny. I guess then you can follow up for a new date.
But I think Lorelei, if you can get Lorelei or Kai or someone else to represent me, I mean, I'm pretty easy. Just like 25 cents a point, and you guys can power.
That was totally my next question. As we're talking about splitting the Gov roles a little bit, is Reward DAO something that you would want to relinquish, and maybe we can get Kai or Lorelei or somebody else to take that on?
I probably should. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm begging people to dish points, Gov points for him for months. So.
Yeah, I just did some today.
Thank you so much.
So who can replace Griff for the meeting then? Then we can have that meeting after this call.
Wait, huh?
So who can? So if someone is gonna take it over from Griff, who can join Bowen and Danny and me in the Reward DAO call that is actually planned to happen now? If Griff wants to give that to someone else.
I am not gonna take that on. If I was gonna have a meeting right now, it would be the roles thing. But if that's not happening, I respect you guys already have this scheduled thing, and I have a plane to catch in a couple hours, so I'd rather just have the time. But yeah, sorry.
Kai, is that anything you'd be interested in?
I kind of had other plans. Is it much needed that it's a full circle for this?
Well, so let's just say we're talking about two different things. Number one, the meeting that is scheduled right now does not actually have to happen right now, but Griff has been the person doing the Gov point distribution up to this point, and so the main question is: would you be interested in being the person who validates points and dishes points for Gov going forward? So
you or Lorelei? That's the question, because the meeting doesn't have to happen.
I just want to say that I'm very bad historically at dishing points, so it shouldn't be me. I'm also doing so many other things. I don't want to commit to something.
Yeah. The one with Josh is Josh should be our #1 recipient of Gov points. So
I'll dish some to Josh right now. I'm going to do that.
Well, I was putting my hand up to go, maybe there could be a chord formed over that. So there's a trio that's kind of moving on the Gov points of sorts, but I don't know how that fits.
Well, yeah, I think many people can.
Well, Danny does Gov points.
Oh.
I think it'd be good for minimum viable sign-off to have 3 people kind of safe enough to try stuff, and then obviously you can scale that up to more.
I think for
Right.
dishing points you can do this, but it would be cool to have one person who's responsible. Otherwise, it gets difficult to organize meetings. I personally think.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is shift this conversation to the roles meeting.
Yeah.
Because it's a role change. So let's just say we're not going to do the reward DAO right now unless you guys feel comfortable with just me and Bowen and Chris doing it and then sending it to Griff to review.
Danny, will you be the point person to remember to bring this up during the roles meeting?
You know it.
Griff, what do you want for this round? Do we reschedule for you, or do you want us to just like do it without anyone representing golf?
No, someone's got to vote for Gov. So
yeah.
Then we're
okay.
rescheduled.
So we're gonna kick the meeting off of today. I'll reschedule.
Hey Max, sorry guys, gotta go.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Great. So then we'll do it that way, and then let's check out because we're over time.
I'm so confused. Are you guys actually doing the reward DAO meeting?
No, we're not.
No, we're not going to do it. We'll do roles meeting now, or not meeting, but jam sesh, right?
Jam sesh. Okay.
It's a hangout.
It's a hangout.
Okay.
So for the people who are not joining the roles meeting, and I'm going to stop the live stream in a second as well, signing off. I'm not because I filled it already in. Yay. I did.
Yeah, you did.
You're doing the meeting as well.
So yeah, just personally also checking out. Thank you for the comms meeting, and it was very informative. And thanks for joining so numerously, and thank you for the new people joining. I hope it was a bit interesting for you guys as well. And I give it to Josh.
Cool. Thank you kindly for giving me time to share thoughts and things like that. It's been great hanging with everyone and finding out what's been happening in regards to Denver, and then like how we can improve processes, etc. Again, it's interesting seeing this roles stuff happening because it's where we can improve processes. So it's great that all this is happening, and it's also great to see everyone kind of moving forward. Anyway, I'll pass it over to, I'll give Will some space to speak in case he has any questions, etc. Are you there, Will? And I'll make it then for Roberto to have some space to speak.
Yes, thank you. It was nice to participate in this this meeting. I like the Holacracy vibe, and I like to meet you. I think we will have many opportunities in the future to speak because we're really building something very cool. And yeah, looking forward for the next meeting.
Can I pick someone?
Yes, I pass it to Kai.
Awesome meeting, guys. Very cool updates. So excited for the hackathons coming up. It will be awesome. I'm still jealous of Paslar being driven around, so I'll give him the chance to speak. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, just want to thank you, everyone. I'm just inspired by all your activities, and I'm happy to be a part of this, only to learn. And I'll pass it to Bowen.
Meeting. I look forward to the ones that are happening in the United, which I'm gonna put a thing up about because they announced ETH New York and ETH Boston happening in May and September of the and those will also be ETH Global Hackathons, which hopefully, depending on bit, could start to be really awesome. And with that, I will pass it off to Michael.
Yeah, thanks everybody. A great meeting. Great to see so many people in the room today, actually. This is awesome to see some new faces. And yeah, I think it was great to cover what's coming up with the hackathon and ETH Denver, which was awesome. So looking forward to these upcoming events, and great organization for this meeting, Chris. And I'll pass it off to, gosh, who's left?
Me.
Lorelai.
Oh, sorry, Lorelai.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was a nice morning meeting. I sat here and worked on my doodle while I was talking to you guys.
Oh.
And yeah, I would love to see you hanging out, doing roles, chat stuff in the next hour, especially Bowen, Michael. I haven't seen anything from you guys yet. And noting that it's not only time for feedback, but you have to update what's going on with your roles before people can truly give you feedback. So, and the roles meeting is tomorrow at this time. So I hope to see you guys, and I will put a link in here to join a different room for the roles hangout. I'll put it in the chat right here.
Cool. We still have Danny, I think, or did you already go?
No, I didn't check out yet, and I am on my phone, so I don't have access to the chat to see what links have been posted up, like what room to move to, and there was something else earlier too.
Give it dash rolls.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Go ahead. Good to hear all the things going on with everybody and the updates about Denver. I really like that we're getting to do these hackathons and get more people involved in growing the DApp and the token bonding curves. It's all very exciting and forward motion. And also, how awesome is it that we're getting funds donated into our campaigns through doing this? Yeah, I'm really excited about all of this, and also happy to see new faces too. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you. We still had Will. I don't know if Will had a connection again or a microphone working. 3, 2, 1. Will, paging Will. No.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Well, then see you guys later. And for the people who couldn't see it, it's so in Jitsi, it's give it dash rolls. It's where the meeting is happening from Nordice. And thank you guys. See you guys soon.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.